Welcome back to Venom War. In this episode, we're diving into Part 13, where Black Widow and Flash Thompson, bonded with the Antivenom Symbiote, face one of their most dangerous challenges yet, an army of symbiote-infected zombies inside the Alchemax facility. Let's get right into the action. The story begins deep in the basement of Alchemax, a place known for its questionable and risky experiments. Down in the darkness, Natasha Romanoff, better known as Black Widow, and Flash Thompson, the current Antivenom, are trapped. With symbiote-infected zombies closing in, they find themselves facing a life-or-death battle. These aren't your typical slow zombies. They're fast, powerful, and driven by the dangerous symbiotes controlling them. As they prepare to fight, Natasha takes a moment to reflect on her past with Flash, back when they were part of the Secret Avengers. Even though Flash now has a new symbiote bonded to him, Natasha realizes he's still the same brave soldier she once fought alongside, always the first to throw himself into danger to protect his team. Soon enough, the sound of footsteps grows louder, and the first wave of zombies appears. Natasha quickly assesses the situation. These creatures are strong. She moves swiftly, dodging their strikes and delivering powerful counters. Flash is right beside her, using his combat training to hold them off. But something surprising happens. When Flash punches one of the zombies, he notices that the symbiote peels away, revealing a human underneath. He realizes that his anti-venom suit can cure the infection. With every punch, he frees the infected from the symbiote's control, restoring them to their normal state. Excited by the discovery, Flash shares this with Natasha. However, there's no time to celebrate. The zombies keep coming, and despite Flash's ability to cure some of them, they're vastly outnumbered. Natasha realizes they can only focus on saving those who are still alive. The dead can't be brought back. As they continue fighting, it becomes clear that they're struggling to keep up with the overwhelming number of enemies. Meanwhile, outside, the situation is just as dire. The city is in chaos, overrun by zombies, and the infection is spreading fast. In the middle of it all, Liz Allen, the CEO of Alchemax, is trying to survive. Earlier, she had been thrown out of a window by Meridius, but somehow survived the fall. Now, Liz finds herself alone in a city overrun by symbiote zombies. Desperate to defend herself, she suddenly discovers that she can unleash white energy from her hands, expelling the symbiotes from those infected. Like Flash, she now realizes that her own symbiote has been enhanced with anti-venom powers, giving her the ability to cure the infected. Inside Alchemax, things are getting worse. Flash and Natasha are barely holding off the zombie horde. But after a brutal fight, they manage to reach the surface, only to find the entire city in chaos. Zombies are everywhere, and it's clear that the infection has spread far beyond Alchemax. As they survey the scene, Flash spots Liz Allen in the distance and points her out to Natasha. Flash explains that Liz now has a symbiote of her own and is going by the name Misery. Natasha, always sharp, quips, "Who doesn't have a symbiote these days?" But she quickly realizes the gravity of the situation. Together, Flash and Natasha reach Liz. Liz shares her discovery. Like Flash, she can cure the infected with her enhanced symbiote powers. Flash confirms that he's been doing the same, though with a lot more brute force. Liz shows Flash how to use a more controlled approach to purify the infected, and together they start turning the tide of the battle. For the first time since the infection began, there's hope. With Flash, Natasha, and Liz working together, they begin curing the infected and pushing back the zombie horde. However, the fight isn't over yet. Eddie Brock and Dylan Brock, two key figures in the symbiote outbreak, are still at large. Liz believes they are at the center of the infection, and that stopping them is the only way to end the crisis. Natasha is skeptical, but knows they can't ignore this lead. Flash decides he will go after Eddie, believing that Eddie holds the answers they need. Before leaving, he asks Liz and Natasha to stay behind and continue curing the infected. Flash knows that stopping Eddie will be critical in ending the symbiote outbreak once and for all. As Flash runs off into the chaos, Natasha watches him go. She's always admired his bravery, but this time she wonders if the hardest battle lies ahead. The fight to save the city is far from over. That's it for this episode of Venom War. Join us next time as we explore Venom War, Little Protectors issue number 1, where new challenges await. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated.